The game is finally out. I was waiting for this game for like 3 weeks now. Like I was just counting days. But here we are. We have the game. And I will be testing my Ryzen 7 7700 with the RX 9070 XT and 32 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM. And I will test 1440p and I will touch some of 4K, maybe like 1 or 2 settings. But on 1440p I will check max, high, normal, and then the lowest, with and without the upscaler. Not for the lowest though, because I don't think anyone should be playing at the lowest using a 9070 XT. So my main focus will be max and high settings, and testing out the upscaler. FSR. The game had FSR 4.0.3, which should help. Now, starting off, let's go. I'm recording on a separate PC using a capture card, so the GPU still should have enough, maybe like 5 or 10% perform. No, not even 10%, maybe 5% performance loss at max. So starting off with 1440p, yes, thank you. With ray tracing at high, hair strands on. When you put the upscaling at max, it uses no upscaling at all. It uses the native resolution. When going to the settings, everything is at max. Upscaling is off. Yep, everything is at max. Let's go into the game. And I can't wait to play the game. Okay. Let me turn on. Okay. So we are getting around 73 FPS. Looks good. This is 1440p max without any upscaler. Oh wow, 74 FPS. Game looks beautiful. All native. Nice hair, ma'am. Nice face, sir. There is some artifacting, but I don't know. I think it's just the re-engine. But yeah, max settings 1440p, no upscaler, and we're getting around 78 FPS average. Now let's move on to. Let's try using the upscaler first before we move on to high settings. Upscaler, they have a AMD FSR 1 for some reason. I have no idea. What would you put that? Okay, 4.0.3 at native. So FSR 4.3 0.3 at native. It has a better image quality as compared to the game's built-in. And this looks good, of course. And we lose around 8 FPS, 10 FPS. Yeah, we lose around 8 FPS, I would say. No, more than that. Yeah, no, never mind. 8 FPS or 6, 7, depends. Depends where you're looking at. And still, it's very playable. There is no frame dips. The game does not, no matter how much you try for it to have some problems, it's not. It's even the 1% loader 51. It's silky smooth. Okay, now let's try out upscaler at quality settings. And we move by. Oh wow, someone bumped into me, huh? That's kind of rude. And now we're getting 115 FPS. That is crazy. Move, woman. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where are you going? Yeah. And the image quality, okay, it's a little bit softer as compared to the native AA. Like a little bit softer, but I don't think I mind that. They're going on a date. Okay. But yeah, 117 average FPS. It looks really good. I would play at this setting. I wouldn't mind playing at quality FSR 4. This looks really good. It's a little bit softer as compared to the native implementation, but it looks beautiful. The game looks beautiful. Oh my god. No matter how much you try for it to like dip FPS, nah. This game is optimized beautifully. And what's next? What I wouldn't drop anything lower than quality settings on 1440p on the FSR 4.0. Lower than quality, you can feel some artifacts, and at 1440p on 4K, it's much better. Now let's go out. The game already runs pretty good at max settings with the FSR 4.0 at quality. Even at native, you're getting more than 60 FPS. So I will skip the high and normal and maybe go to lowest. Because there's not much difference between max and normal. Like the quality, they look almost identical, but you get around like 2 FPS each quality setting. Like at max, if you were getting 70, on high you will get 72, on normal you will get 74, 76. But the difference between lowest and max is day and night, because they turn almost everything off. So let's try that. Or just for the sake of like, yeah, what if I want to play at normal? I'm not a gamer who likes playing at max settings. Okay, sir. At native, normal with RTX on 1440p. This should be running flawlessly. Yep, 80 FPS, native, no FSR, smooth experience. Game looks beautiful. A little bit, of course it's normal, not max. Some things are lower quality. The texture mainly. I think the texture is. Let me check. Yeah, the textures are on high, so that's why. But you have enough VRAM on 9070 XT and 9070 to run the texture at max. But I'm just testing the presets. I'm not gonna change anything manually for now. Yeah, very playable. Nothing wrong. You can even run it natively. Let's see if we can run it natively with FSR. Yep. Even with the FSR implementation, it's at native it's 75, 76, 70 FPS. More than enough if you have VSync. Oh, sorry, adaptive sync enabled. Game looks beautiful. So now we can move on to the low. I mean, you shouldn't. No one should be playing at lowest setting, but just in case. Just in case. Because that's the biggest difference, the quality difference with no FSR. playing at lowest just changes everything day and night. Between max and low, like almost everything is turned off. You can just feel it. And still, there's not a lot of performance difference. You're getting what, 7 more FPS, 8 more FPS as compared to normal. It's not worth it. Just play. If you have a 9070 XT or not even 9070, just play at max settings or high settings with FSR enabled, and you should be good. It looks awful. Looks really bad. It looks a little bit sharper, yes, but everything else doesn't feel beautiful. This game is beautiful. It should feel beautiful. Now let's test the 4K. There's 1 or 2 settings. That's it. 4K at max with no FSR. Now it's 4K max, no FSR. Let's see what we get. Oh my. Oh. 30 FPS. That's a little bit yikes for me, I would say. Yeah, it feels very laggy. I believe we're running out of VRAM as well. That stutter, it was because of VRAM. Because we're using almost 16 GBs. Yeah, we're probably running out of VRAM. About 30 FPS if you want to play. There's no path tracing, so imagine if there was path tracing. That would be diabolical. They don't support path tracing in AMD. For now at least. But let's try. Like, you really want to play at 4K max settings without FSR, and you said, I want to play native, I don't want FSR. Okay. You want to turn frame generation on. Okay, sure, you can. Oh my god. Okay. I already moved. And it takes, like, you can actually feel the delay, the latency. And it's a bad experience. When you're getting 30 FPS, running frame generation is not good. It's not good. It's not a good experience. So I would turn this off. And personally, I would put FSR on and use quality. Let me check. Okay. 4K max settings with FSR at quality, FSR 4 at quality. We're getting around 60 FPS. This is a very playable experience. And now we can even use frame generation because we're already getting 60 FPS. So let's put the frame generation on top of FSR. And now we are getting 112 FPS. And it is smooth. Do I feel the latency? Yes. Is it too much? Not really. Like, slight. I mean, you can feel. But is it bad? Nope. It is beautiful. If you want to play at like 100 FPS at 4K max settings, you can do it. This is very playable. A very slight. I mean, if you play with a controller, then it's better. But if you're playing on a mouse and a keyboard, then you will feel the latency more. But at that point, I would just put the FSR at medium instead, and then turn the frame generation off. This is a more playable experience without frame generation, like 70 FPS with a good adaptive sync monitor, G-Sync monitor. This will be more than enough. This will be very good experience. And on top of this, if you want to use frame generation, you can still use. This is a very optimized game and looks beautiful. I can't wait to play the game. I will be playing it, and the settings I will be playing at will be different. Now I'm gonna use the setting that I will be playing at. So wait, give me a sec. Yeah, I will be playing at 1440p. Ray tracing, everything else maxed, and upscaling FSR 4.0.3 at quality settings. This is what I will be playing at. Yeah, 110 FPS, pretty smooth. Looks beautiful, works beautiful. 100 FPS is the sweet spot for me. Is playing single player games is like 85 FPS. I want to get at least 85 FPS to have a good experience. And this is more than enough. And this is one of the most demanding sections of the game, I'm pretty sure. Because you're not gonna have this many people in the Resident Evil game when you're inside buildings and congested areas. So this is probably one of the most demanding areas of this game. This is more than enough. Very great experience. One more thing that I change is I play with I turn this off. Yeah, I play with. And one more thing that I do is I play with my GPU undervolted. The settings I use are. I don't change nothing on my VRAM. Keep it stock. I put minus 20 millivolts on the voltage offset. And the power I put minus 30. That gives me around 100 watts lower, but I don't almost lose no performance. It can be different. If you want to use, you can do it. You can use the same settings as mine. This is the most stable for my GPU. It might be different for yours. Or now, I'm getting almost the same average FPS, 107, but 100 watts lower. This is crazy. And it's more quieter. It's more colder. And I'm almost losing no performance. Like, see, even it went up. The average was 107, now it's 111. I mean, it's not gonna be the same as stock, because at stock it was going up to 3,000, I believe, and now we're at 2700 MHz. So still 109, 110 FPS average. It's pretty good, and 100 watts lower. That's beautiful. Yeah, this should be it. This should be cover most of the settings using a 9070 XT and a Ryzen 7700. This game looks beautiful, works beautiful, and I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna enjoy it, and I hope everyone does. Adios.